Alrighty, we are on for Doom Eternal Session 10. I don't know, I have a feeling that if I don't get stuck on anything, it might be the game tonight. We shall see. Three, two, one. Hey guys, we're back. So, we're on Sentinel Prime, and we're gonna have all kinds of fun here, I assume. That's a big old freaking Coliseum. I bet you we're gonna be fighting a bunch of enemies in there. Sentinel Prime. The ancient arena is a holy place for the people of Argent D'Nar. Constructed in the earliest days of their history, this Colosseum served as a proving ground for trial by combat. Historical records indicate that the Argenta did not jail their own kind, rather prisoners and criminals were granted the right to earn their chance at regaining honor through victory in the arena. Those who succeeded were given a place to fight in the front lines of the Sentinel army to die in service to Argent D'Nar. This traditional use of the arena has subsided since the assimilation with the Dark Realm. The corrupted priests now allow more violent exchanges with armed captives pitted against demons for sport. The priests of the Order Daeg, I don't know, whatever, continue to hold undisputed power on Argent D'Nar. Spilling the blood of Argent Ascendant class will result in the transgressor's banishment. Asylum amongst the Argenta will be denied to any who do not adhere to the rules of engagement. And that's the story. Okay. Looks like this is just going to the arena. So let's spend some points, shall we? Faster reset. Ooh, there's improvements. Meat hook. That's pretty good. And there's just skins on that one. So I've been here before.
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
The original Doom Guy helmet.
Guts. Huge guts.
He actually spoke.
Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
Interesting. We got 6 points here. That's pretty good. Okay. History of the Sentinels Part 4. Translation from Ligra Sultagenta. Sultagenta. In the time of King Novik, as Argenta secured peace and safety through the dimensions across time and space, an outlander came to us. He was not of our world and spoke an ugly tongue. How he first took step in our land was unknown. Sentinel scouts had found the outlander bloodied, clawed, near the death, mumbling of impending doom and the forces of darkness. The scent of blood followed him, and the gore that stained his armor seemed not entirely his own. By Argenta law, the stranger would be judged in the Colosseum, where he would be given the chance of all who stray from the path to fight for his freedom. We knew not of this stranger. His mind seemed crippled with rage. He dressed in attire not suited for our land and carried munitions of arcane origin. We watched as his will overcame his injuries, and in the blood arena he proved his worth. The Outlander's technique was crude and brutal, but the determination of his charge echoed that of any true-born sentinel. His war cry echoed through the Colosseum, as did the sound of his fury, and the guards cheered his banner. "Rip and tear," they shouted, as the beast pushed beyond mortal wounds and certain death. He would be gifted no rank, no title. The survivors in the arena were provided with only one reward: the right to earn an honorable death while spreading the blessing of the makers to those in need. The Outlander's determination was witnessed, his ravings documented through the word of the Order Dag. The Khan Makir had brought him before her. She set her minions to learning his tongue, for with his ugly words he spoke of lands unseen, creatures born of fire in a dark place, unknown to the queen and her caste. Yet another opportunity was to expand the gift of the makers to those in need. So at the end of Doom 1, he showed up at Sentinel Prime. Canon with the old games confirmed. That's awesome. Dude, the fact that they bothered is really stinking cool.
I offer you, O great powerful one, a sign of truce.
Okay. On the eve of the Black Star, the Dark Ones came from a world beneath our own. Not through ship or ephemeral vessel, but through the fabric of dimensions. Out of swirling fiery gates came horned beasts from a timeless realm. First one, then many crashing waves of evil swelled from the obsidian forest of the Argentine overlands. The Alorum clans from the eastern mountains fell first to the black hordes of devils, and the city of Talorum was slung under the weight of their charge. We sentinels rose to meet the beast with spear in hand, the might of the holy fleet, striking back at the demons, but the dark gates from whence they came give birth to even greater hordes. A line of blood was drawn with the fallen of both sides, and the unholy wars began as the time of darkness came upon us. And it's an illustration from Army of Darkness. Okay. This is obviously a forge. Where they make like armor and swords and crap. This is the forge that's not on. That's a pool of molten metal, isn't it? Or maybe it's just the cooling bin, maybe it's just water.
I know of what you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago. You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
Okay, so I know a little bit about the lore of Doom now. Specifically, the reason why there's a rabbit. There's a rabbit that's shown in the ending of Doom 1, the original, right? And the rabbit gets killed basically in a cutscene, even though it's just in a still image, so it's not really a cutscene, but you know. Maybe they're talking about that, but I don't think so. Unlike enemies of the past, we could not contain the demons emergent from the Dark Realm. Their weaponry was not conjured from machine steel, but from the essence of their very being, a dark magic not known to us in our many conquests. Had we grown overconfident, our victory serving to dull our blades as we drank in the glory of our expanding empire? Lost, we knew not of how to prevail against this foe. The Maker Gods stood perplexed, and our engineers and priests scrambled to find the advantage in battle we so desperately needed. Unknown to the enemy, we were pushed to the brink of defeat, and our gods stood with us as we worked to find the answer. The Order of the Dag were the first to unlock the mysteries of these foul creatures. The priests were able to capture several of the beasts and set about to identify the source of their power. It was then that the essence of the Dark Realm was discovered. Not wholly unlike our own, this power was the life essence that flowed through their twisted form and powered their attacks. It could be harnessed to power our own weapons, giving the Argenta the chance to combat the demons on uneven footing. The priests believed that with a greater knowledge of the essence, we could discover its source and cut it off from the demons to strangle their armies from within, allowing us to regain the advantage we required for victory on the battlefield. So they discovered Argent Energy. The Khan Maker gave blessings to our majesty and directed the priests to delve deeper into the mysteries of the Scarlet Elixir from the demonic realm. For she sought only to return balance to our universe. Proper assimilation was required, as hell stood beyond her influence. After great effort, the priests discovered more than they had ever hoped for. They learned of the true nature of the demonic energy and how it could strengthen those skilled enough to harness its power. The energy coursing through the malformed bodies of our relentless enemy could be used to end the life or enhance it. The power to heal, to mend, immortality, knowledge, and enlightened faculties beyond our understanding. With the demon's life force in the skilled hands of the Sentinel priests, and under the righteous gaze of the Khan Maker, our people would not only rise to victory over the unholy horde that clawed at our walls, we would move to a higher plateau of existence, ushering in a new era of military science and industrial healing. No Sentinel will grow sick, no Maker would need to suffer the transfiguration that they so feared, all would be risen. None would ever oppose our peaceful ways and threaten our world again. True balance over hell and its legions, over space and time, in this world and all others, we would dictate the order. United with the Makers, we would find peace eternal. So they started catching imps and doing, experiments on them to figure out why they were so screwed up. And they discovered Argent Energy, and it became a whole big crap shoot. The Khan Makir demanded a tithe of the essence, and driven by her desire, the priests submitted themselves to her will. The Order of Dag took counsel with the king, speaking only of the spoiled lands sure to be found through the cleft in creation, and the opportunity to purge the new invaders from Argent Janur. We took the war to their cursed land, pressing through the gates of wizardry. What? Oh, jeez. Oh, there it is. There was one among us who seemed to know the true nature of these foul demons. It was the Outlander, the stranger who had come to us from places unknown. He who had survived... he who had survived in the front lines far longer than any other Sentinel-born prisoner... longer than any Sentinel-born prisoner had before. His passion for battle against the vile horde was evident. his lust for their destruction matching our own. Though Argentinur remained a foreign land to him, his fervor caught the attention of the Inquisitors of the Sentinel Guard, some whispering of a suspected alliance he held in secret with the demons. Silencing the critics, King Novik deemed him worthy of selection. The signifiers brought a commission to our king, and it was decided that he would be lifted from the common rabble. Though no arena-born prisoner had ever been granted the honor, the Night Sentinels broke tradition and deemed the Outlander worthy of training. A number of disciples grumbled and chafed at the barbarian present in their ranks, but in the war with the demons, all opportunities, even for even the slightest advantage, was to be considered, and they witnessed the stranger spar with their hall masters. They found in him an undying, unrelenting compatriot. This man was an outsider, friend to none, and yet rose each time he was thrown to the dirt of the circle, battered and bruised, his brow stained with blood. He rose with grim determination for the chance to face his enemies in armed combat once again. Time passed as the stranger was instructed in the codified matrices of their order, the ancient lessons of battle and brotherhood taught to all sentinels. He could sense the opportunity before him. Soon, all of hell would feel his wrath once again. Satisfied that he would not be a detriment to their prowess, the Night Sentinels granted him his wish, as they ventured through the hell gates with the stranger in tow. They knew no rest, fighting in the unnatural elements and training under the blood moon of night. The stranger suffered exhaustion, wounds, and sickness, but asked for no aid, and was offered none. 3 times the Night Sentinels ventured into the gate and back, and upon every return the stranger strode more capable than before, his gait locked in step with the march of the Sentinels, a disciplined and now controlled lust for demon blood ever present. The passing of years and innumerous battles with the demons indentured the stranger to Argenta's mightiest warriors, and no longer did they condescend to him as a new-blood conscript. For to them he had become a brother in arms forged in war, an ally and a weapon. That's super cool. I'm really glad that they did that, because they didn't have to, you know? Okay, that's obviously the way forward.
I do. Theirs is a hard role to play, but I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdak's progress.
Sure I will.
This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
So we're gonna go over here and hit the button. What? Oh. Why, thank you. Oh, like a pagey. As we warred with the beasts, the Argenta society grew under the watchful eye of the Makers, and through the endless power of the Essence. While our generals were consumed with the unholy war, our culture was marked by the beautiful potion the enemy had provided us, the sweet elixir. It brought us immeasurable capacity and empowered us to reach further into dimensions once thought beyond our grasp. Under the direction of our maker gods and the engineering of our high priests, our weapons blazed and our war machines stormed. The throngs of the populace drank deeply from the well of energy unveiled by the priests. But we of the Night Sentinels took no part in their abundance. Some among us whispered accusations and warnings against this manner of progress. But they were quelled, as it was not our role to dictate the future of our people, only to defend it. So they're all drinking demon blood and it's not going well. because they're drinking demon blood. Here's a good tip, kids. Don't drink demon blood. It doesn't go well on pancakes, and it makes your soul get, defiled. Yeah, I got an auto map. I feel like I'm gonna need these lives. Why, thank ya. Boom. Oh, I'm going out to the arena now. As the Black Star ascended to its zenith, King Novik sat restless on his throne as a howling darkness began to assemble just beyond the mountain rise to the east. The blight came upon us in droves. Oh my god. The blight came upon us in droves, flooding forth from the Hellgate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous titan, the Dreadnought, a beast to rival the stature and menace of even our mightiest ancestral. The grotesque giant laid waste to all before him, crushing all in his path. This was a total demonic assault, striking at the heart of Argentinura as never before. How was it that the behemoth could pass through the demonic gate without warning? We would never know, though the Night Sentinels believed treason was at play. Caught off guard, the Sentinels scrambled late in defiance of the Titan and his horde, and with his coming to the holy city of Taras Nabad, prepared for judgment. With the onslaught of the demons amassed in the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend, the city shook to its foundation. None were spared, save those that fled north. The vile swarm ransacked our temples and palaces, burning our towers and feasting on the souls of our clergy. Yet the Night Sentinels rallied and held fast against the demons. Although they were pushed back and corralled to the blood arena, as the dark of night descended, their swords remained potent and shred the enemy multitude with abandon. Amidst the unyielding ranks of the Sentinels, when all the other apprentices had fallen in battle, stood the Outlander. "Rip and tear," he roared, ferocious in battle. The remaining conscripts of the arena stood in awe as they witnessed the beast who had once raged within their very cells, now armored alongside the shoulders of his Sentinel brethren. He had risen where none other had before, a true-born Sentinel fighter, and the very best among them. But though the swarm fell before their assault, the Titan remained invincible, for none could tame the behemoth alone. In the hours before dawn, as the Night Sentinels weathered the relentless assault, the Outlander held his ground at the foot of the Great Wall in the northern bend of the castle. Seeing his unending vigor, Samar, the Chancellor of the Mother God, hurried the Outlier away under veil of secrecy and, for reasons unknown, submitted him to a rite untold. This was heresy, for Samar received no consent from the Kamakir. Nor did he receive her counsel. In the Chapel of Purity, the Outlander submitted himself to the divinity machine. There, Samar Makir, the seraphim known to us only as the aid to the Mother God, blessed the Outlander with fierce speed and power to match his will. It was the method by which this transformation took place that was most uncertain to us, for we were of the knowledge that the Makir device bestowed on to the Agenta so many generations ago was used by the priest only to find the impurity among things. How could it be that the device was meant to cull the Sentinel breed of its contaminants, could then be used to purify the Outlander's body, give rise to one who would lead us into battle henceforth? What rose from the holy coffin on that faithful day was not the impure abomination the Covenant warned us of. The hero within I lost my place. The hero within would come to be known only as the Great Slayer, the Time Walker, the warrior Khan whose fire sword would blaze forth a path for the just and cut through the demonic hordes. with a vengeance that only a god king could summon. He rose unbroken by the ritual, his eyes burning with Mekir magic. He took the crucible in his hand, and wraith-like fire leapt forth from the blade, as only will when held by a true sentinel warrior king. He's a badass. Oh, and the Slayer armor. That's awesome. So far, each of the costumes, except for the Doomcorn, because that's obviously a dumb, silly thing, has had plot significance. That's really good. I'm very happy about that. Excuse me while I open a soda because I am thirsty. Monster. Yum, yum, yum. Alrighty. Yep.
I cannot stand by and watch as you put our future at risk. Earth will be consumed, and the energy will continue to flow. It is your people's survival against mine.
Alrighty. I hear cells opening. Or not? Hey, buddy! Hey, dude! You guys really want out, don't you? It's too bad. It's just too bad. Like, make sure you're stocked up on stuff because it's gonna get crazy out there. Gladiator. In the years following the end of the Golden Age, competing factions of Argent-D'Nur turned against one another. An insidious influence had beset itself upon the Sentinel people, corrupting its once held sacred traditions. The Colosseum, once a place of honorable combat, where prisoners of the Argenta were tested for the right to fight in the front lines of their army, has since become a place for blood sport. In violation of Sentinel law, the priests have encaged a demon there, a merciless executioner used to enact judgment of their own decree. The gladiator, wielding an accursed shield which entombs the tormented soul of his undying master, remains undefeated in battle, infamous for the many lives it has claimed. So the shield is a target. And he's got a flail. So that is the boss fight. That is the fight I will boss. Hi guys. Oh, I'm going into an Aquaman fight, aren't I? Look at that. That looks awesome. Yeah.
You'll make a fine addition to the front line, stranger.
The demons! They are everywhere. Must kill them all!
Dress his wounds and bring him to us. I want to know more about the others he speaks of.
Yes, Your Grace. If Sentinel holy blood is spilled on these grounds, you will lose all sovereignty here.
To
Here comes the gladiator.